please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? So with the amount of effort Amberlynn Reid is applying, or Amber, of course, just Amber, applying to this work from home malarkey, this charade, one could instead apply themselves to losing weight. As we discussed yesterday with evidence to back it, she is clearly putting on weight, either because she has another feeder, or with the first posting because she's putting in, well, advert out for another feed, whatever the word is for the person giving her the food. Basically. It is also possible over the years she's built a tolerance up and is getting heavier and heavier and able to hold the weight up for longer. I don't believe that's the case. And I say this because even when she does stand up, when she goes and does a few little other bits in these quaint little videos she uploads, there is no version of this where she sat at the computer for 2 hours a day. It's not possible for someone of her size. We've seen the effects of weighing too much and sealing, spelled S-E-A-L-I-N-G as an animal seal, on Chantal with her streams in Syria. We know for a fact as Amber's getting bigger, there's no way she is sat upright. Because if she sat at 90 degrees upright, her stomach would pull her forwards. She'd then look like a tidal wave. Based on the angle of her shelf booty, it would look very, very peculiar on the floor. She's certainly one of the few people I can guarantee can't do so much as one press up, nor one sit up. And I doubt if she was on the floor she'd be able to stand up. So with additional information to hand, we can glean from these little clips she uploads how much of a lie it really is and how much energy she's willing to use to troll the haters instead of simply doing right by herself. Because what really matters, the lie of the clickety-clack, the ASMR and the fake typing, or living longer, better and happy? To Amber, much like with Chantal, we know the answer is to, well, stay relevant. That's more important. Because they have nothing and no one, and they don't deserve anything better than that. Although I guess you could argue the one big difference between the two is Amber actually earned her play button. Chantal merely earned the money to buy the subs, to then buy her play button twice. So yes, of course, today we're going to be going through another one of Amber's videos. Mostly because there's a remarkable dry spell within the commentary space, unless I start delving into topics I don't actually know anything about. And also acutely aware that while I would love nothing more than to criticize Hassan Piker, I don't know if people want me to keep doing that when I'm losing subs every time I do, and when I stream, and when I upload anything at all actually. It's a very confusing time to be a creator. Anyway, so Amber's uploaded more of these workday videos, and I want to again criticize this effort she is wasting, especially as she is clearly getting bigger and bigger by the video. Oh, and just in case you're interested, we will be here streaming later some more Chantal. We'll be doing that also on Rumble, where we're trying to get into the creator program. Yes, I use Restream via the Creator Studio app for Rumble. It's good. Let's dive into the video though. I like how you start this video off by trolling your audience, trolling your haters to get that attention. I was more intrigued by the fact that when I looked closely I noticed you had a lot of comments. Not as many upvotes. Of course not, because you're not as disliked on Instagram or TikTok or ShitTok. In fact, other platforms you're given a bit of a pass. On TikTok it's almost impossible to fat shame you, because people get suspended for less. Not that I'm encouraging it, just to be clear. It's just as far as criticism goes, there is a bubble of protection. Instagram though is a bit different, and again wasting energy to troll the haters with your full day of eating video is another prime example of you making nontent to appear as content. From this clip, we've been able to work out what she was doing the entire time she was off the internet for most of a month. She was watching shit talks to get ideas, because she didn't have any of her own. This, while a quaint way to reintroduce yourself, only further proves that you are a fraud. The clickety-clack ASMR does not distract from the fact you are not using anything beyond the H key on the right side. You're ignoring it completely, which tells me you're not typing anything at all, because the rest of those letters feature so well, they all do actually, don't they, except for the Z and the X. Yet you seem to be typing those as well. Are you writing Xanax over and over again? While I'm glad to see the frap make its appearance in the video and it's not sponsored, so she's not making any money off this, which is also additionally quite amusing, I am more interested in the lighting we're going to see throughout the video. You've been criticised for doing others before, for it being clearly the same time of day throughout the entire video, and I'm intrigued to see whether or not you manage to get past, let's say, midday consistently, or whether you are really just waking up at 3 PM to then quickly fire up the camera for this little skit, to then go back to bed and hibernate some more. Oh, and order DoorDash multiple times. Surprised you managed to feed your animals in the morning without a caretaker. So over the course of the year, Amber released quite a few videos, and last year, trying to encourage herself to drink more water, getting increasingly more proud at the fact that she was drinking water. Not that we ever saw it, we just had to take her word for it for the most part, because she kept putting it into Stanley cups, which I think is very dumb. This detail about showing us something that doesn't matter so much tickles me to no end, especially because we know she's not drinking water. We know she's drinking full-fat drinks that are heavily sugared, or sweeteners, or have potassium in, so don't try me. Because you want to try and make it seem like you're doing better now. You're living your best life. You're not. You're a half-ton heifer that is denying herself the reality of consequence, that is in turn inhibiting her ability to become the better version of herself. Your arrogance was undone by your aunt, and you will never be able to wash that stain away. Think of it like corruption. You'll never truly be able to get it off, no matter how hard you try. Especially because now you're not talking, we only have your action to go by, and your action is inaction. And also a contradiction because we see you're the real you in front of the camera. You just refuse to see it for what it is. I love that with what Amber is doing, it's even more amusing to me that she is going to such lengths to try and present this as the reality when we know how much DoorDash she actually orders. I could believe that that meal was cooked by someone. Not her though, because she doesn't cook very well. It's not in her nature to. She sucks at cooking and she knows it. Also, there wasn't anywhere near enough crunch in that meal. She's the only person I could know who'd make a soup so bad you'd have to use a knife and fork to eat it, and it would still be raw vegetables. So this could also serve an additional purpose, this content, and that would be to try and present herself to a potential new audience on alternative platforms. Now I get that. As somebody that's using Rumble to try and get in the creator program, I understand that. We should branch out. But she doesn't earn anything from Instagram, and she barely uses TikTok enough to earn anything from that. And most creators that go to those platforms or start there end up coming to YouTube anyway because that's where the money is. And by extension, Rumble, Twitch, Kick. But since she doesn't know how to stream properly, they're all off the table. Although with all the money she wastes on things she doesn't need, she could just get Creator or Rumble Premium and just use their restream function to everywhere anyway. She may well actually get somewhere in life. Not that she needs the money, let's face it right now. She managed to stave off the decline with the drama with Emily and with her aunt, which was a blessing for her, let's face it.
I love you, baby.
So does anyone think Amber actually has a job away from this, and then what she's doing is working from home? A quaint opportunity to do data entry? Because I don't. I don't think anyone is convinced, Amber, by the way. The lighting still hasn't changed behind you. I'm glad to see the cats growing up, though. That's cute. Shame they're just nothing more than an accessory in her content, though. I know you're never going to answer this, Amber, but I do have a question for you. Why are you presenting these DoorDash meals in bowls? And why are you trying to present them as if they're what you're really eating in a day? I've already debunked that nonsense that you think 2,400 calories is all you eat. To maintain my weight, with all my activity, I can eat up to 2,600 to be honest. I know what a calorie deficit is. You cannot say the same. You have a surplus, but you're too low energy to do anything, so why are you presenting this all as if you've made it? I have a follow-up question. And no, it has nothing to do with the seafood boil, because I know I can't touch it due to allergies, but I've heard it's delightful. My question is this an extension of the ASMR? Is it you genuinely trying to make content in this realm without speaking because you know your mouth writes checks or makes purchases that you can't cash? Or is this another continuation of the advertisements with the first thought posting you put up on the shit talk? It is possible for it to be all three at the same time, but you're not smart enough to think that much. No offense intended, but you're really not. I firmly believe it's one of them, I just can't tell which. But to the lovely audience that are watching, you should try and tell me as well. Just try, please. Tell me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Drives up engagement. Did you know? More comments and likes, the better. It's amazing. So at no point during that video does the lighting, the natural lighting, because the lights themselves were barely ever on, change. You start the video with a little label that says 8 AM to 10 PM. No one believes you live by that time at all. We know you get up at 3 PM and go to bed at, I'd say, early hours once you're finished feasting, which means your your cats are fed at odd hours. We know this. You're trying to change the narrative as much as you like by gaslighting everyone involved. We tried anyway. Now you're presenting non-verbal content because you know you can't speak. Your truth, as it were. I firmly believe all of this was filmed within a 1 hour time frame, and the reason why is because you do not have the capacity to commit to longer projects, and also you're able to film more than one of these videos in a day. You really are. With your size increasing, your health declining, your age getting older, and your body failing you massively. Bork, bork, bork. Hi, Bingo. Hi. You tell them. That's it. With that all falling apart for you, which many people support, it's not my place to care really, you're doing this as a massive distraction and a attempt to get back into the swing of things when really you've already earmarked your topics. It'll be another weight loss journey, there'll be another AMA video series of some kind, and there'll be, what do you call those videos where you do nothing? Oh yeah, continuation of the Nontent era, because you don't want to acknowledge what happened, but you sure as hell aren't going to erase it when you know the views are there. Hope to see you later, guys. Thanks for joining.